Hello, bonjour, good evening, everyone. Where are you all coming in from tonight? Put it in the chat, let's see. And while we're doing that, let's give a shout out to some of the places that folks have been telling us they're coming in from. It is a delight and an honor to be here together. So hello to folks in Esterhazy, Saskatchewan, Canada, Ontario, Winnipeg, Jeddah, Nova Scotia, London, Ontario, Ajax, Ontario, Airdrie, Alberta, Shelburne, Ontario, Regina. Hello to South Montreal, Lake Lenore, Saskatchewan, Whitby, Ontario, Edmonton, Belleville, Ontario, Knoll, Nova Scotia, Newmarket, Saskatoon, Drayton Valley, Alberta, Kelowna, BC, Okotoks, Alberta, Dunnville, Ontario, Indian Head, Saskatchewan. Hello to the First Brookhouse in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Hello to the First Halton Trefoil Guild in Ontario, to Hammond Plains, Nova Scotia, to Port Coquitlam, BC, to Camrose, Alberta, to the Pickering Pathfinders, to Sherwood Park, Alberta, to New Denver, BC, Quebec City, hello, to the 3rd Kispamis Guides in New Brunswick, to Ottawa, Eastern Passage, Nova Scotia, Colby District, Nova Scotia, Port Colborne, Ontario, and Joan in Barbados. Hello and welcome, everybody. Well, for tonight's fire, we seem to have used up a fair bit of firewood, but we have plenty left now. And that's great because tonight feels like an evening to sing a lot of good songs, doesn't it? So let's all put our feet up, lean back, and sing along with a happy heart tonight. And to kick us off, we have the absolutely most special rendition of Fires Burning that this campfire has ever seen. Please join this wonderful brownie, Rebecca, in singing Fires Burning. Take it away, Rebecca.
I'm going to sing Fires Burning. So here we go. Fires burning, John here, in the gloaming, come sing and be merry. Fires burning, John here, in the gloaming, come sing and be merry. Thank you for watching.
Now, if that didn't warm your heart, you're a long past ghost, I say. Girls everywhere, know this. You light up the world with your joy. You truly do. And wasn't that a cool campfire that she had made? It is an absolute weekly delight to see all of the photos that you share of your camp-ins and your campfires. Let's check out a few together. Here we have Luna and Baby Nacho. I think this is Luna and Baby Nacho here, all ready for brownie camping. Yes. We have Ainsley's Girl Guide Sleepover. Look, there's even Girl Guide stuff in the back. We have this brownie joining her meeting, looking awesome with badge and scarf. We had this picture sent in with the caption that says, "Nothing can stop brownies from camping and having fun together. We're ready for our camp at home sleepover." And if you have photos of your camp at home setup, the Great Canadian Camp-In is happening on June 6th. So share all your photos and inspire each other so that we can all camp at home together. And we love this photo. Check out the smiles and the badges on Alicia and Dandelion, who joined the campfire, I think, like every week now. Yeah, wonderful to be here together again. And here's Bree and Tyler joining the campfire last week from home. Thanks for sending this in. And if you were at the campfire here last week, you would have definitely enjoyed hanging with Krista Coyle, Guiding Ambassador and Director of Guiding Experience, as she helped us learn about DNA using marshmallows and licorice. So check out this smart spark who made her own at home. Well done. So keep your campfire and particularly your camping at home pictures coming. The Great Canadian Campfire is June 6th, so let's get pumped. And as always, each week we aim to shed a little light on the good work that Girl Guides are doing each week. Hashtag guiding for good. Last week, we know many of you were doing kind and thoughtful things for your own mothers, perhaps grandmothers, or other wonderful mom type figures in your lives. Good for you. And way to go, moms, at our campfire tonight. You are awesome. Keep your chins up. You're doing great. And this week, we'd like to shout out to one particular effort from the Edmonton Guide Group. For Mother's Day, Girl Guides of Canada in Edmonton created gift baskets for all 100 mothers at Riverbend Retirement Residence. The baskets included hand-knit scarves, stuffed animals, tea, and a flower. The residents were so moved knowing that these young girls have not forgotten about their friends at Riverbend. Edmonton Girl Guides, when I grow up, I want to be like you. And speaking of somebody I want to be like, hold on to your hats because we have a Pathfinder at tonight's campfire that is going to sing a rendition of On My Honor that you will never forget. Here's Faith.
Hi, my name's Faith, and I am a Pathfinder from Calgary. Bonjour, je m'appelle Faith, et je suis une Pathfinder qui habite au Calgary. Today I'll be singing for you On My Honor. This song is special to me because when I first learned it, I sang it for my grandmother, and she also knew this song from when she was a guide. So, this is On My Honor. On my honor, I will try, there's a duty to be done, and I say there's a reason, here for a reason above. My honor is to try, and my duty is to love. They don't need to know my name. If I hurt someone, then I'm to blame. If I help someone, then I've helped me. And that's the way that it should be. On my honor, I will try. There's a duty to be done. And I say there's a reason, here for a reason above. My honor is to try, and my duty is to love. Tucked away a song or two if you're feeling low. There's one for you if you need a friend. Then I will come. There's plenty more where I came from. On my honor, I will try. There's a duty to be done. And I say there's a reason, here for a reason above. My honor is to try, and my duty is to love. Friendship is the strangest thing. If you keep it to yourself, no reward will bring. If you give it away, and you gave it to me, and from now on great friends will be. On my honor, I will try. There's a duty to be done, and I say there's a reason, here for a reason above. My honor is to try, and my duty is to love. Come with me where the fire burns bright. We can see even better by a candle's light, and we'll find more meaning in a campfire's glow than we've ever found in a year or so. On my honor, I will try. There's a duty to be done, and I say there's a reason, here for a reason above. My honor is to try, and my duty is to love. We've a promise to always keep, and to pray softly falls. Before we sleep, we are girl guides together, and when we are gone, we'll still be trying and singing this song. On my honor, I will try. There's a duty to be done, and I say there's a reason, here for the reason above. My honor is to try, and my duty is to love.
So yeah, so many talented girls in our midst, and our talents vary widely, and some of our talents we haven't even discovered yet, no matter what our age is. Faith and I were chatting earlier, and she told me that she plans to be a junior leader next year with her very best friend in the whole world who she met in guiding and who also plays the guitar. Amazing. The future is very, very bright. Speaking of bright futures and talented girls in our midst, here's a neat thing that a first-year guide with the Second Furrow Guides in Nova Scotia made to complete her Maker Discovery badge. This is doll furniture. Briar Rose wrote, I use things around the house like craft sticks, foam board, bottle lids, beads, and fabric. In one of the pictures, you can see the couch, chair, 2 lamps, 2 side tables, coffee table, flower arrangement, and sink with counter that I made. I've been really enjoying the campfires. Thanks so much. Thank you, Briar Rose. And on the topic of awesome women, have you had a chance to check out Ask a Girl Guide yet? Each week, British Columbia Provincial Commissioner Diamond Isinger and a girl guest host interviews an amazing woman, and they do it live on Facebook. And what do all of these amazing women have in common? They were all Girl Guides. The interviews include folks like this amazing woman, Janice McDonald. She's the author of the new book, Fearless, Girls with Dreams, Women with Vision. She's an entrepreneur, a speaker, and a podcast host, and a past Brownie. They also have Stephanie Ip. She's a digital reporter at the Vancouver Sun and Province and a past member of Girl Guides. They did an interview with Charmaine Crooks. She's a 5-time Canadian Olympian, a longtime advocate for sport, and a past member of Girl Guides. Van Chow is an award-winning STEM educator. It goes on and on and on. Dr. Kathleen Ross. Oh, and I should mention, Van Chow is going to be the next Deputy Provincial Commissioner in BC. So cool. And this is Dr. Kathleen Ross. Some folks might recognize her as Dr. Ross from past visits to the Wellness Center at SOAR Provincial camps. She's a longtime guider and current president of Doctors of BC. There's also a really interesting, cool interview with Nafisa Karim. She's an anchor and reporter at CTV News Vancouver and a longtime Girl Guide youth member in BC. So the Ask a Girl Guides are recorded live. You can watch them and type in your questions on Facebook. You go to BC Girl Guides, or you can watch them on the Girl Guides website. They're all recorded there. So if you go to the Girl Guides website and then you select Guiding at Home events, it will take you here, Guiding at Home, and then you click on live events and it will take you to everything that's coming up. And below that, all of the recordings of everything that's there. Are you looking for Guide or Natalie videos? Yep, those are there. Past campfires, special events like the remarkable Melanie Doan, that's all there. Okay, so this is a campfire. We need more snacks and more singing. Let's get another amazing group of girls to lead us in a song. Hey, Ontario Youth Forum, can you help us out here?
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Madeline.
And we're from the Ontario Nunavut Youth Forum. And basically what that means is that we get to be the girls and the voices of youth in Ontario and Nunavut to the Ontario Council when making decisions about how guiding will impact the youth.
Today we're going to be singing the Martian song. I love this song because outside of being on Youth Forum, I'm also a junior leader in a Spark Brownie unit in my community. I love singing this song with the girls because it's super fun, super silly, and super easy to learn. So sing along with us.
It goes like this. This is a repeat after me song.
This is a repeat after me song.
Once I met a Martian.
Once I met a Martian.
Who came from Mars.
Who came from Mars.
He ate all my M&Ms.
He ate all my M&Ms.
And all my chocolate bars.
And all my chocolate bars.
He banged on my tambourine.
He banged on my tambourine.
And blew on my kazoo.
And blew on my kazoo.
And then he showed me.
And then he showed me.
The hula hula hoo.
The hula hula hoo.
The hula 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 hoo.
The hula 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 hoo.
The clingity clingity clang.
The clingity clingity clang.
The lippity loppity lippity loo.
The lippity loppity lippity loo.
The hula hula hoo.
The hula hula hoo.
So if you meet a Martian.
So if you meet a Martian.
Who comes from Mars.
Who comes from Mars.
Let him eat all your M&Ms.
Let him eat all your M&Ms.
And all your chocolate bars.
And all your chocolate bars.
Let him bang on your tambourine.
Let him bang on your tambourine.
And buzz on your kazoo.
And buzz on your kazoo.
And then he will show you.
And then he will show you.
The hula hula hoo.
The hula hula hoo.
The hula 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 hoo.
The hula 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 hoo.
The clingity clingity clang.
The clingity clingity clang.
The lippity loppity lippity loo.
The lippity loppity lippity loo.
The hula hula hoo.
The hula hula hoo.
Thank you guys so much for listening.
Well done, nice choice. Sometimes day-to-day life just makes you want to take a break with some aliens, right? Well done, Ontario Youth Forum. And you know, as it's getting later here and the forest is getting darker, I'm beginning to hear that sound that sounds like chirping, but it's actually something small on the ground. It's like quite small, like 3 centimeters small, and it hops. Do you know what it is? Put it in the chat. Maybe you've heard them lately if you've been on a walk in a wetland. They sound like this. Yeah, that's it. It is the good old spring peepers. These little frogs are found in Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and PEI. So if you haven't heard that song before, The Sound of All the Spring Peepers, might be worth trying to find a wetland near you and going for a walk. It can be a cacophony. It can be so loud around dusk. They're amazing. And spring peepers are the only frogs that have this telltale X on their back. Now, I haven't personally checked out every frog to make sure that that's true, but I have it from a reliable source. Maybe you can go around and check for the X yourselves. Anyways, 'tis the season to sing the frogs. If you don't know this song yet, it's one that you can sing in a round, and you layer it and you layer it until it resembles a chorus of those good old spring peepers. Enjoy.
Hear the lively song of the frogs in yonder pond. Crick, crick, crickety, crick, burrum. Hear the lively song of the frogs in yonder pond. Of the frogs in yonder pond. Burrum, crickety, crick. Hear the lively song of the frogs in yonder pond. Of the frogs in yonder song of the frogs in yonder pond. Burrum, crickety, crick. Burrum.
And now, since it's such a good night for singing, let's have another friend lead us in a song. Here's Marianne.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Shelley McDonald, the New Brunswick Provincial Commissioner, and we're here at Campfire Haven in Prince Edward Island. New Brunswick Council includes Prince Edward Island as well. And this is just one of the many camps in the two provinces. So we decided to come down here to record our song for the campfire. And tonight we have Marianne Anthony joining us in song. So we hope everyone's having a great time and enjoying all the time that we're getting to spend through Facebook and other media. And look forward to meeting again in person real soon. Thanks, and enjoy the campfire.
Hi guys, it's Marianne coming from you. PEI. We're at PEI at Campfire Haven. I'm sitting in front of our brownie lodge. It sleeps 27 girls and 8 guiders. This evening I'm going to be singing 40 Years of Ice in an Iceberg. Unfortunately, my polar bear isn't with me this evening. She is actually in Ontario. Shout out to Sarah McLean, who I've sung this song with so many times. I hope you are all safe. I hope you are all happy. I hope you are all healthy and getting a lot of sunshine. Beautiful here this evening. We have a bunch of mosquitoes and some wildlife. And I got a bit of an ocean view down yonder, so I might check that out later before I go home. We're going to sing 40 Years of Iceberg. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll chat soon. 40 years in an iceberg over the ocean wide. Nothing to wear but pajamas and nothing to do but slide. The wind is cold and icy, Jack Frost began to bite. I had to hug my polar bear to keep me warm at night. Over the ocean wide. Nothing to wear but pajamas and nothing to do but slide. The wind is cold and icy, Jack Frost began to bite. I had to hug my polar bear to keep me warm at night. Nothing to wear but pajamas, nothing to do but slide. The wind is cold and icy, Jack Frost began to bite. I had to hug my polar bear to keep me warm at night. Nothing to do but slide. The wind is cold and icy, Jack Frost began to bite. I had to hug my polar bear to keep me warm at night. The wind is cold and icy, Jack Frost began to bite. I had to hug my polar bear to keep me warm at night. Jack Frost began to bite. I had to hug my polar bear to keep me warm at night. I had to hug my polar bear to keep me warm at night. Thanks for watching, guys. It's been fantastic. Keep safe.
It's starting to get late, and I feel like before we move on to the final part of the campfire, we just need a few more logs. Can I get a little help around here? Oh, yeah, okay. Great. Okay. Great, thanks. Oh no, but the mosquitoes.
Why did I wear my tank top?
Can I get somebody to chop these up, please?
Sure, but don't we already have enough logs?
Yeah, good point. So next week, we have a very special campfire. I know, every single campfire that we're all here together is super special. We love the cards and the photos celebrating this way of being together when some of the other ways we love to be together are inaccessible at this time. But next week is a campfire dedicated entirely to celebrating you. Yes, you right there, you. Next week, we're going to be having an advancement ceremony, including a brownie fly-up and an advancement celebration for every branch of Girl Guides. Our host will be Guiding Ambassador and Director of Guiding Experience, Krista Coyle, who many of you know, as well as guest hosts including provincial commissioners from all across Canada. Together, we'll honor your branch, be it Sparks, Brownies, Guides, Pathfinders, or Rangers, with photo montages of the cool stuff you've been doing this year, special messages from girls to girls, and short speeches to acknowledge and commemorate your achievements. All girls, all parents, all families, all friends are all welcome to join. It will be at 7 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time on Thursday, our usual everyday spot right here. But you can watch it anytime you want with your family or your unit, however it suits you best. We're really looking forward to thoroughly honoring your awesomeness next week. And then on the week afterwards, on Saturday, June 6th, it's the Great Canadian Camp-In. So if you love making a tent or a blanket fort indoors, and we know how many of you that is, maybe you love to camp in your backyard, you're gonna love this event. We've partnered with the David Suzuki Foundation to make a super camp-in event together. So stay tuned for more on that one. Okay, everybody. We can't stay up all night. We better pack it in. The night sky is telling us that it's time for taps. So good night, everybody. Thanks for joining and having a laugh. It's so good to all be together. See you for the advancement ceremony next week, and keep on guiding.